there at
vertical
runtime
that you just kind of were able to.
is
We're back.
referenced from the wall. So every wall.
We did drop some
having
frames,
arranged method
but it
for
was short enough not to actually
is,
drop
should
the
be when it's destroyed.
drop the thing. We're
We're
fine.
using that destruction tile
I
don't
guess
remember
install
when
this.
we're
Probably some
painting,
DLC
and
prime.
we don't want to do that.
Sketchy.
I
Thanks,
figured-
Jaboko, for the host.
I used to do it
At the
with-
exact
based on the
moment that
song
it,
style, we got rid of it.
It's a,
So you go put
sure
that
what
back.
I
Yeah,
thought
just
about
a speed
it.
bump.
Okay.
I'm not sure about
Okay, good.
As
Now
far
we
as
can go
priority
new.
goes, it's
Invasion
easy and
suck.
could be higher priority.
We're gonna make a Ubuntu.
Karachi. Oh my god.
Ubuntu.
I
That
forgot,
high
I
priority,
forgot
but-
most of these maps. This one sucked too.
Ubuntu. Let's go
That's
64.
one from
You done it.
Modern Warfare 1. Quarry was fun. That was a good
Name. Ubuntu.
one. Run down, dude.
1804. 64-bit.
I forgot about all of these
1804
maps.
build.
Rust was fun, but not
Build
for
machine,
like. Rust was
64-bit.
fun for
So
like
this
one
is
dude.
the
Yeah.
town we're
Like, that
going
was
to
probably the best
flood.
one.
That's the right
memory
maps that we-
size.
that
Let's
we
give
not
you
even
4
to talk about.
gigs.
when we did
49.6
this. So
of memory.
let's get rid of this. So this is gonna be different.
Yeah.
Now we do need to set a
Oh yeah,
reasonable
Scrapyard.
boundary
Yeah, yeah.
when we do this. Like there has to be a
Scrapyard was
limit.
good.
It's still
because
around, yes.
Skid Row was
If there
okay.
is no
In
limit
fact,
and you click in the wrong
we get
place, this could
Angry
go
people on
for a
Linux
long
if we
time.
don't have a
Sub-
32-bit
It could go
version
for a really long time.
required.
because the world
This
is
Terminal
really
was good.
huge,
I like
So
that one.
yes, people still use 32 bits.
that
Underpass
could be
sucked.
kind of a user
fair
configured
bit of
thing,
them
but
too.
I got my
I'm not going
nuke.
to do that because that is
Linux
more
is our
work.
highest
guessing you
tier.
like lo-fi
No,
music?
don't use
That
that.
much.
I guess we'll create a new.
Oh,
Uh,
New.
before we get rid of this,
would you say this is
Still
lo-fi?
within area.
Please choose the type of file.
we need
If you
to
do not
set
need to
a
use
That's
other
not
virtualization, you can leave this
Like,
unchanged.
I'm
I
not
don't
a
need to use
like.
other
I'm
virtualization
not
flooding
sure
stuff.
if you can
Well, let's
Dynamically
start.
allocated?
lo-fi
Why not?
or dislike lo-fi because it's.
Let's go
kind of
with
like
25 gigs.
nothing. But
Yeah.
And
there's
let's
some
make
lo-fi,
sure this
yeah.
is not placed here because
this
that's really
is our
annoying to
image
do
you're
that.
trying.
one song that
We're gonna place it on the F.
is kind of lo-fi.
Yeah.
F. Virtual hard
This
drives.
is just X.
Heck, you have one right here. Check
Just
this out.
always
Lo-fi
buy
sound
the
to
dips, innit?
that I like.
The dips.
Save. Okay, that's where we're gonna put it.
This is where it could fail and
Like
fall
even
off.
64-bit distros lack a lot of firmware data files now, but turn off boots and you can just add them yourself because firmware.
It doesn't have the
Files are still
quintessential
archived.
lo-fi sound.
Because there's a lot of levels, there's a lot of support
Sounds like it.
generated.
No,
Yeah.
that wasn't. Like,
There's a lot.
Alright, so
lo-fi
let
uses
me
like
to
see
do
that.
this
slow,
title lock, we need to
hip-hop
keep
beats
track of
with like
We
some.
need to
do this.
the sort of the
Just
history of where we've walked,
And the
But,
UFOs.
I'm not sure how to describe the sound.
which ones we've walked to.
The sound
Emerging
that
ma-
they
the
use in
real-
lo-fi is always the same.
For
Which
major
involves
US
us-
weakness, you would need emerging markets.
So this needs to be done efficiently because we're going to
Contact
check this all the
Sustain.
time, and actually,
I'm trying
we also
to
need
create
make
a,
it
like a
right.
sound effect for
Wow.
this cartoon
Microsoft.
building up.
Oil.
Um,
You would need oil to rock it.
still uses.
You need emerging markets to outperform.
Let's start with that function.
Okay, create this
Basically,
on F.
do what this thing was doing.
For the dollar to be. For
Here's
the
a
dollar
dumb
itself
question
to
to
have
him.
major weakness, you would need oil to outperform for the emerging
Here is a
markets.
This
dumb
isn't going to be the
question
most
for you.
Emerging
efficient
markets,
function.
because they.
Did you
the
already
thing
have
is
Ubuntu
because
18?
oil drops in dollar.
No,
When
why would you
emerging
do that?
markets sell their oil, it influxes in dollar.
Z. Had no touchscreen, trackpad. It's not in temporary.
Or would it be weak?
And we need to pass along the sequence number.
No, it wouldn't. It would be. It would.
So this will actually do the
Things would need to peak.
the part
Things,
here.
the dollar would need to peak
Not here.
at
We
a
gotta
high
go to
I'm gonna make
area,
shelter.
which would be, let's
We
just
don't
say
go
for the sake
shelter.
of conversation, 100, right?
It's
So the
on
dollar index
shelter
would need to peak at 100,
because
which would
shelter is where
cause emerging markets to bottom
pictures
out,
and
which means they would have to
other
start selling
backups
their
done.
oil,
Again,
oil
also
reserves
development.
into dollar to support the economy to boost their currencies. Then,
So the question
because
here is,
they have no more oil to sell, and then that would mean no more dollar influxes.
Waha, right?
now
That would cause the dollar to pull off. Because the
I
main
think I'm
reason.
gonna have this return. So we're gonna do called try.
Oh yeah, on a very large
I
scale.
have
but
no
that's-
idea where this
it's
goes.
mainly following the dollar index.
Something.
an upside down variant in a sense. Well, not necessarily upside
Emeralds
down.
look like crazy
The
fools
oil
sitting
there,
there
I don't
But I
staring
don't mean the
upwards.
Canada oil, I mean emerging markets.
Basically. Because our right mask may say you couldn't do that.
I don't know where it would
Iran,
go.
Syria, Turkey.
It's not
but
in
we also
Turkey,
want
Greece.
to
Development,
terminate
though.
the
Like
flood
Turkey and
resource in
Greece.
that case.
Nope.
Oh, somebody made a comment about
Repos,
They would
marketing,
need to-
backup.
This part
They would need to.
Definitely, it wouldn't fit in any of
They
these.
would need to. Their economy.
I don't know.
India. Their
Undefined?
economies would have to just
Tools.
start rocketing.
Operating system managers. There we
Mexico.
go. And no, we do not. We have Ubuntu 16.04 and 16.10.
The ruble.
Let's go download it.
Them kind of
I mean, I
currencies.
can't really
This
argue.
dollar
Eyes going
cine.
back into his head.
Dollar cine at the moment is the counterweight for dollar.
You need download,
Dollar,
no
if dollar
upload.
cine broke the sixth, if dollar cine breaks into the 7,
What do you mean,
7,
you need
spot
download, no
1,
upload?
7.2 area and then pulls off
Ubuntu
back into
Beaver.
the lower 7s, that could cause
And I
dollar
think from
Bionic
sell off,
Beaver.
which then would then inflow into
Download
the
I'm
market.
Bionic
surprised
Beaver.
if Andy says, hey, this should go
Using this
diagonally. Let me get
because
some
you
more
have
coffee.
Equity market.
Like the
If
only way to
the,
change
if the
picture over
equity
time
flows went back into
is
proportion,
necessary.
if S&P up,
ISO.
dollar down,
AMD
to
64.
balance
Check.
everything back
2
out,
gigs.
if the S&P 500
Oh yeah,
was to
I know I can do this
if
while streaming. I'm
inflation,
not
but the
concerned
thing
with that
is
at
if
all.
inflation takes over, which inflation would be needed for an
Uploading.
extended
Very
15-year
concerned
run on the
with
S&P
streaming
500,
because
just
streaming is
inflation
like,
makes prices go up, which means
I'd say
better-
80% of my upload, if not
better
more.
better
And as
balance
soon as
sheet,
you start
better
uploading anything
earnings,
else, it's like, bleh.
which then of course push the
All
stocks
dead.
up, which then
Probably
pushes the
even
S&P
more. Yeah, let's go
500
like
as a basket up.
95%.
Then you would also need, so then that would then cause people to remove their flows from dollar into the S&P to carry them
Okay,
through.
so while we wait for
making
that, what
sure
else
the
can
dollar
we be
to hedge
doing?
their equity risk
We got
while
Chrome
playing
working,
the equity risk.
which was
Mortgage
actually not
Hello.
expected.
mortgage application,
I didn't expect that
good
to take
good
20 minutes.
economic structure for
Um,
America, good economic stuff, not this data shit that keeps coming up and out. Like
I'm actually not even
bad
sure
data
what I'm
is
going to
getting
be doing
looked at
in
as good
Ubuntu.
data, and
Other
good
than I
data
knew
is getting
somebody was
looked at
having
as
some
bad
issue
data.
there. Let's go see if we can figure out what the issue is.
There would need to be a whole global
Hello?
dollar yen would need
Hello?
to stop being
We
the
got a work
safe haven.
stream. How's it going,
Yen
DS
would
Joss?
need to, if UJ starts pushing up towards
What is it?
114,
What
115
is it
again,
I'm supposed to be doing on Ubuntu?
like if UJ starts rallying towards the triple
so we need
digits
to keep
again,
track of
Sure
where
that we
we've been
don't
and
load
where we're
this up
going.
here. It's
One-
not this
So-
one.
109 and above,
I want to encode these.
and then 110, then 112.
Activation.
If UJ gets into the 113, 14
Yeah,
range
save
again,
pictures. No,
that's
it's
when
not
we could
this
start
one. Okay,
seeing
close
dollar
that
pull
one.
off.
videos,
this is
Birds
just
flying
gonna
around
be
again.
like-
Continue scrolling up for
but
more
it's-
Ubuntu
but
issues.
it's so old.
Because
But I
the
want to
main thing that
encode the
moves the
visitor
dollar
list
is
as a
pound,
set of
euro,
integers.
Swissy,
I want to
From
basically,
that
I want
yen.
to
question
the
earlier,
grid
that was
position,
Not
tile
necessarily
number,
UJ,
tile
because the
position.
window manager.
the flow is risk on
And
risk
it
off.
is
But that, but
just-
if you've got
That's
We
what
need
major
to do
risk
that
on,
because
so you've got
mainly
sterling
we
and
do
DB
euro,
that
Buster,
in a
no
sense
create
rallies,
icon. Yeah,
that
I don't know how to
cause
use DB or Buster.
the
Like,
economical,
what?
micro, or whatever the
Use
hell you want to
Ubuntu.
call it. Can't remember the term. I'm too tired.
so we can have a
Then-
maximum of right
The
now.
Dutch
maximum
Gandalf.
back.
How's it
But-
going?
25,000.
So
Welcome
that's
to the
not-
stream.
Not a but, but that's what was happening.
Which gives us.
That's
we
what
can fit
happened
that
here.
in
So we might have
16
That's why
to
it's
play
bits.
with
sold off.
that.
But we need six.
It
so
might
we're
be their
lucky,
window
right?
Like
manager.
it
We
did.
can fit. We
It
can
would
pack these
need-
into the
Effectively,
It would need-
rescue
fact that
times
the
money
menu
doesn't
would
icon
need
doesn't
to
show
D10
for
would
everybody
have to
means
on
that this
Linux.
is trivially possible.
Yet we're
If it did
using
cross
Qt5
floors,
to display
goes
this
to a
stuff,
level and then
and
pulls off it.
for some
Self-explanatory.
we'd have to
reason,
I guess we'd use a bigger
Papa,
integer.
you know,
on
things
Linux
like
it
that
sometimes
somewhere
doesn't
else.
work.
This isn't a meme channel.
Um,
So
we should have another stream tomorrow.
you would need
This one's
a
only
okay,
the last.
so this is
confidence
gonna say, hey,
lack
we've
in the
been there,
euro
so
section.
we've been
PCB
there.
would
Another
need to
45
start
minutes.
raising
This
rates.
is going to be a sorted.
which might just
we're
barely
gonna
get us
sort
set
this
up with
vector as we
with a
build it.
thing. They probably have an impossible
Eurozone
variant
would have to start growing,
of Qt5 on not
which would
Ubuntu.
then be a leading
What the heck is that
indicator of
supposed to mean?
So
then into dollar flows. US-China
had
tariffs
issues
would
so I
need
want
to
to
be
do this. So
sorted.
An
So that
impossible
Brexit needs
variant
gone
of
out the way.
Qt5 on not Ubuntu.
Wait, what? Do you have to like apply?
well, I kind of feel like we're gonna
Basically, everything that's going on.
some stuff here just
Just the
'cause
opposite.
I understand what all the words mean
So-
separately.
This is obviously
Something
not what
to
I
keep
want.
in mind as we
Probably.
write this.
Okay,
And
there's a
there's
chance
another
of
one that we're gonna write
Start
too.
going up the world
an
is opposite.
impossible
time.
variant.
He's got this thing where he wants to make splatter brushes.
So something that's impossible
And yeah, so
on
So-
Qt5.
splatter brushes
But there
are
are
basically
prepackaged
way of
things that resolve as
it's basically
dependencies,
using
and then,
procedural generation in your brush.
so they were packaged wrong.
And something that is probably not that Andy's not fully aware of because he hasn't he didn't write the editor. But what happens
At some
is
point, when is it
these
not my
operations
fault?
get run
I
constant.
feel like this is one of those things.
Like
It's
when
just
you
not
want
my
to do
fault.
something, it like basically takes
Basically,
your
all the political crap
data,
that's going on, US, China,
reruns of
Turkey,
everything you've done to it up to that point.
Brexit, Eurozone.
That's exactly what's
There's
happening.
your four
It
main
works in
things.
Ubuntu.
Turkey's
It
here
doesn't
and
work
there,
on a variant.
So we have to-
Sometimes
we
doesn't
have
even
to
work on
use the
Ubuntu if you
reason-
switch to window manager
What I'm
or
saying is
something.
the reason I'm saying this is I'm
Trump-
We
removing this
specifically
would
say
need
we
to be
test on
removed as
Ubuntu,
president.
and sometimes
As a
we
I'm
don't.
trying to minimize.
So I'm asking, are you sure the bug was generated on an actual? No,
time
seems
no,
to
this
be
was
good.
not
Free
necessarily
school
generated on
because
Ubuntu.
when
It
you
says
do that,
Debian
it's
Buster.
expensive, and in the beginning, it's going to do it a lot.
Debian Buster. So you're
and
busting
you
the
need to
Debians.
kind of run relatively quickly, so
Then it kind of stops.
Like,
as quick as
It's what-
possible.
like, at the
It
end
is
of the
a
day, you
tool,
know?
so the performance is not king here, but it needs to be at least
But enough people have had this issue that
relatively.
I
Oh.
can't imagine why. Is there that much Qt5 crap out there?
there's a vote
Like if they
come
can
through.
reproduce it themselves on Ubuntu,
Um,
then it might make more sense.
so the
No.
first thing we will do
Trump said something?
is we're going to say if
They might be able to reproduce it using a different
Yeah,
window
yeah.
manager, but I don't even know how to set
Anything
one of those
happen?
up.
try
I just know it's possible.
set tile. So we're going to set the first tile. We're going to try to set the first tile. Start. This is the tile ID to set.
Anything? Hello?
I should pass
World?
mask next. Not pass.
No? Okay, cool.
The desktop environments are in the Ubuntu Software
Hello.
Center. What would be a lot better if my
And I'm going to say
Ubuntu
idea.
thing was
not.
fast
How
like
am I?
downloading?
I
Grand.
need to listen to this
We're going.
Really,
over.
Cable?
with
Fuck
the other
off.
sound effects. That's the
Otherwise,
thing.
here we
It's
go.
so difficult to
So
judge these things
we're
when you're just
gonna,
listening to this clip in a vacuum.
we're gonna
You can-
push
there
the
we go.
This tile onto the stack.
Thank you. Found it. Yeah,
Then
it's a
one of the
vote.
next
Cheers.
things we're going to be working
You
on,
David wouldn't get it.
you can install
Because I like this sort of this sound effect.
LXDE and XFCE, then switch
And
and log in.
That sounds dope. I'm probably gonna be using this.
I
for a
have
while.
played
So, and the loop is
XFCE
gonna
before.
be-
It looked ugly. Oh,
Been a
man.
while
It
since
was so
I
that I
saw
could
it.
Still got
do
places
remote
to go,
desktop with my
things to see.
other box. My test machine box.
So if the
actually.
stack is not empty, so we're
And
gonna
it
try
was
to
working, but
we're
I
gonna try to we're gonna get
never
the,
really used
the
it.
current position.
This was just before I started using SSH to go.
Right
Oh,
We're gonna try to
LXDE
go
is
up.
Garbo by default.
So that is the
Yep.
X,
Doesn't take long for Brexit to
the
be
Y
back,
plus 1.
Oof. Easy text to me.
I might make this be.
That was a long ass clip.
I mean, the more I move these into functions, the most likely, especially in the release build, the slates will run.
But those themes no longer work in the current engine, of course. People were theming it nicely on
You're gonna
DeviantArt like
do
5
this
years
again,
ago.
aren't you? Bastard.
Do I want to do this?
What are we looking for? We're looking for the
So
common menu.
I need to check if we visited this, right?
Uh,
Be back in a bit.
This. Right, yep, this is what we're looking for. Next up. I actually want to open up
So-
Turbo
Woo,
Brains.
baby!
We're just going to scoot on over to here because we have Turbo Brains open.
yeah, boy.
Open up the application menu.
I have been waiting for that.
How do I say notification? Okay.
Fucking
Go deeper into the
guys.
implementation.
The relief.
Application menu.
Relief.
So the
Menu
lower bound
item.
of the visited.
Items. I believe this was removed from what? We're going to pop back and forth.
This is where our sorted list goes.
Is
So
checked
if-
enabled, or is visible enabled, checked, a name in the item
well,
identifier.
actually, if it does not
We don't have
equal-
subs. So in here we have the subs,
And
that's all we remove. So all we gotta do is add this back in
let's do it
there.
this way. So
So
if visited and
Close enough.
A vector of menu items, sub identifiers. Yeah. So all we gotta do
Oh, I
is
put a
add this
bigger
one
order
little
on
thing
it.
back in
You're
here.
gonna
so
put a bigger
if it's
order
the
in.
end or
Shot myself in the foot. Oh well.
it does not
Thing is, I
equal the
only know what
index, that
half of
means
these
it's not
effects
in
actually
here.
do.
So let's go ahead and put it in there real quick. So we're gonna visit this
Child items.
here.
Probably
We're gonna
helps
put
if
the
we go
index in there.
tray,
Boom.
menu, item.
We are going to
Mind you,
try
this particular
and
object is copied almost verbatim from
paint this tile.
Hello.
So like
Turtle
this.
Brains
So
years
if-
ago. So
I
I
said-
cut
Okay,
out
Daniel,
some
I'll catch you later
functionality
on.
that we
Bye for now.
didn't need, and now we need it. So we're
Now
gonna
let's
add
get
it back
this
in.
position here. So
Hello. How's it going?
Hi Tim, what's rescue time? Rescue time is an application that basically allows you to, like, it runs on your computer and tracks what you're doing by the window title and lets you decide if you're
Yeah, boy.
like
Yeah.
judge yourself on how you're spending your time. We don't perform the judging, and it's, we also look at people that use it for spying purposes as a very negative thing. We've taken pretty big
Sorry, I
steps
don't do
to
friends on Facebook.
avoid
So,
being
if
associated
we
with
have
that,
not visited
because
this
our
tile,
first
we're gonna try to
the
paint
first
this.
implementation of
Try
the
set
team product
tile
kind of went that way,
at this position. We're
and
gonna set it
then
to this. Here's
we've
the
made it
mask,
so you can't really just dig into
and there's our
employees,
sequence number
for
and stuff.
instance, to get ahead of what generally comes up
So
next.
if that
Why is this tapped twice?
works, I think we're just gonna push this back
You can learn more,
on the
I
stack
think.
here.
We have a command.
Copy by value, right?
Yes,
So
you
yeah,
can learn
there's
more
a
there.
vote.
That's
So we're
probably
just
what I
gonna keep
should
track
do.
of the fact that we went
Just
here
do
in the
rescue
first
time.
place.
No, sorry.
Um,
When
I
people
just don't
see
do
the
the same thing,
command,
just
it's
on
probably
three.
easiest.
Actually, I wonder if we should go ahead and just say, hey,
Get menu item. We definitely have an add menu
Sorry
item,
about
yeah?
that. I have a new neighbor.
Let's
So I
set the
needed to
stack
talk
and then
about
this call
stuff.
continue.
You know what I mean?
Create menu item.
How do we want to do this? We can kind of go
Could've
breadth
done rescue
first or
time.
depth first here. Hi Nick, how are you doing?
Or near the bottom bar.
Rise up. Thank you so much for
Could have.
2 years of support. Very much appreciate
I
that.
kind of
Thank
want
you
to
so
go
much.
breadth first, because I just, it'll look neater.
You're welcome.
So
And
menu
we're gonna do that by
identifier.
kind of,
Parent identifier, this is what we want.
I mean, we're not
gonna
really
place
gonna
it
go
right
breadth
here,
first,
too.
I suppose, the way that this would work.
So get create menu item, ID, name.
It's going to go in some arbitrary direction, really. So I guess it doesn't really matter.
Tray menu,
Here.
That in. Okay.
item.
So I guess it's a question of, is there an efficiency trade-off here?
Parent
This means we need to come back and do
item
this tile again.
ID.
Or not do this tile, but we need to visit its neighbors, is what this is saying.
Hold on a moment. We have an invalid ID, yes,
If
please.
we're able to set it.
We have an ID, yes.
So I think we're just going to do, we're going to say, hey,
Defaults to
so
that.
this is going to be up, down.
So I'm being watched on somebody else's stream. Not this shit again. Not this shit again.
Should we worry in any way about cache efficiency? Probably not in this case.
Where's the
So
create
up,
in
down, down is this way.
This is difficult because
Not
I'm
at all
thinking,
where I
like,
thought it was.
what the hell is this gonna look like?
Where's the create in here?
Down.
I feel like I need to do particles to make this
Down.
to justify the sound, right? Like it.
Yeah, I'm
the
doing it.
visuals in
I'm
the
just
game right now are just
replacing. I'm just
not
copying
gonna
and pasting
complement
all
the
this
sound
code.
anyway.
Well, where does this function exist? Clearly exists somewhere.
It goes down.
We'd have linker errors otherwise. Is it in the system specifics?
Should I pop this actually? I wonder if I should pop this guy off.
Oh, it's right here. Got it.
I'm back. I'm back, and I
This switch. Did what it
You're just wanting to be a pain in the butt. Yeah. Just works for me.
One of those keyboards.
It's close enough. So when we have a parent item,
Wish.
when we have a parent item,
Show for UI.
Actually, we should never have to come back here when we're done with this. Now that I look the way this is structured,
Oh,
because we will push all the new visiting
oh, that doesn't work.
tiles back on.
Gotta go. Hope to catch more of your next work stream, Tim. Have a good one, Jaboko. Enjoy.
So let's do
That doesn't work here. We've changed things more than I thought when I jumped into this. Yeah, we changed things a little more.
Oh yeah.
Majority of the UK
This
people
can't be a
I'm with.
static anymore.
I don't know what's happening.
Coast. Flood fill is typically breadth
Static
first. I agree.
doing create menu item. It's private though, so where's the
That's-
public version of this?
Well, let me think about how we would redo this to make it breadth first.
I see what happened.
Because what that means is for your
I
current open
see what
set,
happened.
you have to visit all of their
Because we're
children,
building
but not
this
their
right.
children, and then you've got to like.
This system isn't meant to be
Then you
generic.
replace the
It's meant to
open
be,
set, you know,
here's your
so
thing, here's your menu.
The way that
This
I'm
is the
doing this
menu
is
creator.
not really gonna
So
do
it's
that.
not
It's
meant
gonna
for
go down
outside.
one direction.
The API
Okay.
call it.
And to correctly do this as breadth first, I would need to do a lot of vector swapping. Like I need to basically constantly be resetting the open set. Like
Star.
What we can
basically,
do then,
you would
this
put
is
all
what we can do.
newly open tiles in another vector.
We remove this. We don't do what I
So you
just did here.
completely visit this one and put new ones in
So
this
undo
one.
all of this.
Maybe I should do that. I mean, we can just do swap, right?
Okay,
This is a little
undo in
close.
here
Things
because we don't need that. Okay.
Flexion Bison. In fact,
And then what's going to happen is if we wanted,
worked. Let's do a build.
say we wanted pause to be a separate thing.
Let's do that,
So
Nick.
a pause item.
I would be very happy if I was able to
I
basically
New
build
tiles.
This
Blah.
this is the prime
Physics.
example to everybody why I don't
Let's just write it out
fucking
here.
stream in this category.
This isn't going to work, but let's say we have a K spray item.
So do that. So while this is not empty,
So we're going to create an item called menu item,
we're gonna put new tiles in a list.
right?
New tiles.
This is going to actually
So
just
this
be
is
straight
this
out
is the
pause.
breadth first version here.
That's what's going to happen there. And under that
Oh,
item,
just process the
we'll
kernel
have
by popping it. Yeah.
needs multiple
Well, if
things.
I add that to the
Hi,
stack,
Andy
though,
Wog.
the problem is that.
You good?
Oh yeah. You know
You're
what?
back.
I think you're right. I think I already had it. I don't need to do this because they always go on the end anyway. No, they don't. That's the problem. So the problem is, this would be correct if I wasn't doing this backwards. I should be popping the front, but I don't want to pop on the
Right.
front. Because popping on the front on the vector sucks.
On my webcam there.
Shit entry in
So
it.
I'm kind of doing this backwards. But I can get around that by having this two sets of vectors
Go
that are
down,
swapped, and then I don't have to. Because when you pop from the front, it moves everything over.
Eh. Just waiting to see if Euro wants to get going.
So you either have to insert from the front and pop from the back, or pop from the front and insert at the back to get it breadth first. But in that case, you're
Okay.
incurring.
I have returned,
That.
and we're just going to continue winging this for the moment.
So
So what we
it's more
want to do
efficient
here
to
is
basically
say this item
use another vector sort of as the
is actually what we're going to use here,
the new
and
back.
then each of these is going to be dot.
So we're gonna empty that
We don't have
out.
M's on
And then
this.
at this loop here, we're gonna do this. Do we're gonna do stack
child
swap with new
items dot
while, right?
back
There you go. So that's a breadth first version,
create menu item.
and that's a breadth
Like
first
so.
version that doesn't do any
That's how that would look. That doesn't look too bad. I
unnecessary
mean, it doesn't look
copying and
great.
moving of elements around.
Definitely doesn't look great. But it's not like the end of the world. This isn't gonna like hurt anything. Once you go multiple layers deep,
Well, if
it's
you
gonna
go
get
look at
ugly.
a queue, right?
Things is mapped.
So have you looked up an implementation of a
Appreciate that.
queue?
Once you go multiple layers deep, it will
You're
look
gonna pay
ugly.
for it
We're not gonna go
somewhere.
that deep though. And it will make us be more considerate about going super deep into the menus, which makes it
Okay,
hard to
what you're
navigate
talking
anyway.
about
So
should have
11 hours.
So
I think
basically
at best
you're saying
never
it
gonna
should
have
be
2 layers
constant
deep.
time
but
to add back and pop the front. No, it's actually the pop from
there you go.
Okay, so
and
queue,
then everything
hours
here
an
can
hour,
be
right?
copied at will.
but
just
it's a
bind
lie.
check.
It's a lie because you're ignoring.
That seems good to me. So then up here,
Um,
we would wind up saying,
so
okay,
so you could do a queue right
Hooray.
as a linked list. Let's talk about that.
the heck
So
just
from a
happened
computer
here?
science point of view, a linked list is a queue and it's a perfectly valid thing to
Bloody
do.
hell,
But a
I've
linked
been
list is
sat
also
on all
probably
day on it.
the slowest data structure you can
Okay,
use on a
tray,
PC on a
item,
modern CPU
pause.
because it's horribly cache
Hello?
inefficient, right?
Top
It's
level,
very,
From track
very
to track.
unlikely
pause item.
Fucking bonkers, isn't it? M30
that
is playing.
your
Go up,
so
go
there's
to
two
come
there's
back
two
pause.
down.
things wrong,
And then-
right?
And
So
just
it's a cache inefficient structure, meaning the next pointer may not be in your cache, may not
Pause.
be in your
Indeed.
cache line,
Lol,
or
scoop.
anything like that if you're pointing.
Would be the
So
idea
you
here.
can do this memory walk all over memory. That's one problem.
Hey.
Second problem
By doing
is
this, we
when
won't
you
even
have
need
an
this
out of
pausing
order,
thing. But that's gonna come. That's gonna
all
come with a
CPUs
whole
are out
new
of
thing.
order.
Let's just make us a pause.
processing
open the submenu.
machines. So
Not
they frequently
I could work
look
with
ahead. And the problem with that is the way that it issues
need to go
memory
RT
loads
localize
on
and do
a linked
this.
list limits your throughput to at most one look ahead.
String table.
So because if your load takes 4 cycles, you can't you can only issue so many loads at once, and you can't.
We did something that broke
The main thing
out.
that
You have to
I'm
wait
worried
for
about
those
is
to come
what the
in.
hell
Whereas
does
if
this
it's
sound
in,
equals
if it's in,
Pause.
basically it
Like,
can't prefetch. It's not going to do this. It's not going to look ahead. It's not going to
So
follow.
you
your
click on
list like
pause.
it
It
would
opens up the
in the case
submenu.
where it can predict your code order,
Like that can probably be
like if it was in an array.
visually represented as just like an abyss.
So like an
of
array of
right,
pointers,
right,
it
Are we
actually the
building?
CPU will start
might be
prefetching
building.
those
There's so
pointers
much texture with this.
because it
one, but I
basically
don't-
It's definitely not
executes your
working, but we
code
might be building.
ahead of where it's actually executing,
Like,
even
you
if
could
you have
just-
branches.
Hmm.
Whereas with a linked list, you're requiring it to well, that's what I'm doing here. This is an array.
It might show multiple pausing things, but that's fine. I'm not going to care about that.
But
Get
an
there.
array-based implementation of a queue requires moving the elements, right? So if you have an array and you remove one from the front, you have to
Come on,
move
finish there.
all of the elements that
also
are in
speaking
it
of, we're
to the
done
front.
with-
and that's the
Well, that was
the
cool.
other
Done with
that's
this
the problem
download.
with doing it.
Fucking
Open
5%
Windows
for the
Explorer.
Standard
account.
queue is not.
We do got to transfer to the
And
And then,
disk.
Okay, let's
Like, is this good enough?
I don't really know what that equates to be honest.
get back on topic here.
What?
If you want a good
How did you open
Should the pitch maybe be
the
higher?
DVD drive? Huh?
I don't know. I feel like
Show the file location in Windows
There's a good
Explorer.
article on this.
Did you play Dauntless yet?
What sort of madness just happened?
No. Didn't really look like my cup of tea.
And this is going to go to F.
I haven't had a cup of tea in a
To-
while. I may try it later. Tea has always been an attractive concept to me. I like drinking coffee for. I kind of just drink coffee for like the.
Guess what Tim just
the ritual
found?
of it. would love people to like.
There's a really good article on even
I really thought we had this.
If I drink too much coffee, it's just
The,
the
it's
caffeine just
open in
kinda
the
gets-
system.
So where is
Annoying.
it?
What do you mean this file is open in the system? Close it.
the change from Dauntless to T.
So this is a good
Remind
article.
myself of
I will link it in chat for those that are interested.
Well,
How do you remove it?
I'm gonna just call it here.
As much as
because
I
say
love
around,
this
I'll put
sound-
more orders in, and I don't want to.
This is a
feel like I
blog
need to
that's
find
written by
something.
Obviously, I do want to. I just
Crowd Game
do that.
Studios. He's a
It works
super
great
smart
because
guy.
triple swap, extra carries,
Eject.
but trying something new. So,
Well,
right, thanks everybody
so
for
Nick,
watching
just
today.
do this variable, right? So
Managed to get
this
to
will
work.
have,
Hi, Burn, for subscribing.
So we already had
and you
1804.
just say, I wanna remove
Now we have the
from
newer
front,
version
that
of
means that your
1804
array
for
will grow
I'm not sure what
Thanks
reason,
everybody for
but there we
following.
go.
Chatting away, lurking,
back,
supporting.
push something
Start
like
vertical
that.
block.
Trading.
What happens
Power
to the
this thing
I will
on.
see you tomorrow. Could be between 2 a.m. London to 7 a.m. London. Please don't go. Why?
So this, he talks about
Don't
the
go,
way
don't
that an out-of-order instruction machine,
go. No, I'm good, Delam.
which
Just
all
drop
modern
it.
CPUs are,
Drop it.
will do. Basically,
Anyways,
the way that it
isn't
works
that-
is it will go.
Isn't that because I'm
It
nice?
won't
I'm
finish
not.
executing
Isn't
your
that-
code. If there's a
Startup
stall in
disk
your
is
code,
found
on
wait
F.
for a memory load.
No, I'm
or
thinking of the
there's an
dance off
instruction
scrubs.
cycle time.
Anyways, I've got to go because
Like,
I've
if you
been
like,
streaming
if you
11 hours and
access
44 minutes.
memory, it takes 4
Just-
cycles.